Gresh, we've talked about this at nauseum all week. You think it's a big deal. I don't. Mark, what do you think?
I will go little deal. I don't think it's a big deal. It's not no deal. I think that we talked about how in week 1 the Texans got crushed by the Jaguars, a team that we're not overly impressed with. So why could that be, that they get crushed by the Jaguars but historically play the Patriots well? Maybe it's because of the institutional knowledge. So I don't think it's a big enough deal that they're going to start dominating the Patriots, but I do think it's a little deal.
I think when you can go to Wes Welker and say, Wes, talk to our defensive backs about some of the nuances of the way the wide receivers are going to try to fool and attack you. From a position standpoint, it's definitely a big deal. And I do think Mike Vrabel is going to take this as a challenge. Let's face it, this is his chance to put the flag in the ground as a defensive coordinator and do something against a team that is well regarded with Tom Brady a quarterback. So, yeah, I think there is a lot there. The Patriots are going to have to dig deep to add layers that the Texans are not expecting to ensure they're going to have success.
Ruthie, you were up there this week. Malcolm Butler getting a lot of heat. He didn't start last week, first time since Super Bowl 49. You thought he was very candid. Will he last the season, or is he going to be this year's Jamie Collins and they ship him out of town?
Yeah, I think it's too early to tell. I think it's 2 games. They maybe not starting him this last game was a little bit of a test to see how he responded to not starting. I think maybe that was a way to maybe kick him into gear, see how he responded to something like that. He was very honest and open with the media in the locker room, saying that, you know, he's self-aware. He knows that he's not up to standards to be starting right now, and I think that was really impressive to see on his end. Mark, you were there as well, and we're also very
just the fact that we're talking and asking this question makes me think he will be around. Usually, if he's not going to be around, we don't see it coming. And I will get this guy has proven to me that he can play. I will give him more than 2 games in the preseason to turn it around. Although, you know, I won't discount the fact that he could have just forgotten how to play, because Devin McCourty did. Devin McCourty forgot how to play cornerback after his rookie year.
Well, look, I think the one thing that we don't know about this is the behind the scenes. When you look at Malcolm Butler, he had a hayseed of an agent that didn't understand that he was giving his client bad advice. Malcolm gets rid of him, gets a new agent in there. What is that new agent doing behind the scenes with the Patriots? How antagonistic did those negotiations get? And did some of that spill over? Because we've seen with Bill Belichick in years past, Richard Seymour, that stuff does matter to the organization.
All right, a lot of guys, we don't know if they're going to play or not play throughout the week. Rob Gronkowski, Danny Amendola. Let's talk about this offense with those guys, Marcus Cannon at right tackle potentially not playing. Give me an offensive weapon who will make an impact today besides the guys that are on the fence injury-wise.
Brandon Cooks. I've been waiting for him to really explode. Today could be the day. I still think he's capable of that. It seems like an obvious choice, but I've been waiting for it, so show me something.
I still want to see Chris Hogan be a star. I just think he has the potential. I think he's exciting to watch, and he has the strength to be kind of a big, powerful star, so I'm excited about seeing where he goes this season.
I might whiff on this, but I'm going with the other tight end, Dwayne Allen, because
I love Dwayne Allen.
Well, because I think what we're going to see are tight ends on the field, because you're going to have to find a way to create different spacing to deal with Watt and Clowney. You can do that by having tight ends in the game. And look, you put both tight ends in the game, you want to put Gronk in the slot, then you have an inline tight end. He's got the ability to maybe be an outlet guy. It might not be 8 catches for 140 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he could have a really important 4 catches for 50 yards.
He's big, too.
Most important question on this panel. Who of you will be buying the Tom Brady book this week now that it's out?
I'm out. I already got a freebie as an author myself. So.
Would you have bought it?
Are you going to read it?
Am I what?
Are you going to read it?
No.
Okay, here, can I
No,
say,
it's going to make a great Christmas gift for
someone.
someone.
It's a nice coffee table book, like Kramer.
I think I don't want to spend the money to go buy it, but I think it's important, and it speaks to Tom Brady as a historical character and the role that he's played for the Patriots. I think it's important to learn about him being this 40-year-old quarterback and how he's gotten here, and I just think it's part of the story of
avocado
the last
ice
couple
cream,
years. Yes.
Pliability.
See, but I don't think there's a ton of the here's my story. I think this is I'm on my way to being a 50-year-old man doing infomercials across the country, bumping the Ronco rotisserie barbecue so that people can plug the TB12 method. How about this? I'll leave the book here, and you all can pass it around.
It'll be a stocking stuffer,
I'll buy
perhaps.
your book, though. What book? We'll talk about after this.
It'd be the Great Book of Boston Sports List.
Andy Gresh, noted author. Coming